Hi everyone, Geoff Keighley released the nominees for this year 2024's Game Awards, and I'm gonna go ahead and see what they are and vote. If you don't know me, my name's Assassina. Welcome back to my channel. This is not that serious, it's just a fun thing that I like to do. Not that our vote counts, I think it's like 10% or something, the viewer vote. They have like a whole jury of people that are basically journalists that their vote counts for the other 90%, so no matter what I vote for, it's really not going to matter. And no matter who wins, it's not going to matter. I mean, it matters for funsies' sake, but like at the end of the day, I like the games I like and no award can change that. So let's get started. I like to do Game of the Year last, and I have some things to say. I hear there's a lot of controversy about there being a DLC voted for Game of the Year, and I'll kind of share my thoughts on that. But yeah, well, I like to do the last one. I like to do the first one last. I like to do the Game of the Year last because I feel like it's the most impactful one. So let's come back to this. All right, Best Game Direction, awarded for outstanding creative vision and innovative in game direction and design. All right, innovation. I've never played Balatro, but I mean, I just saw it as Game of the Year and Best Game Direction. It makes me want to play it. Isn't it like a mobile game? Like a poker roguelike or something like that, from what I hear, which is an interesting concept. I'd say that's pretty creative, right? However, I didn't play it. I haven't played Metaphor either. I think I might play it this winter. By the way, this isn't like my Game of the Year list thingy. This is just based on the Game Awards list of nominees. There's a lot of games that are on my top 5 that aren't Game of the Year for the Game Awards, so it's very different. However, I'm going to do my own in December, so if you're interested in what my top 10 games are of 2024, that will happen around the end of December. When I get a chance to play all the games I didn't get to play for the year, like Metaphor, for example, I might play. I'm very busy. But yeah, let's see. Okay, best creative vision, innovative. I don't know. Honestly, I have to go with Black Myth Wukong here. I just feel like the developers were extremely into Journey to the West and Chinese folklore, and you can see that in pretty much every element of the game. So I feel like this makes sense. That game oozed creativity. Like the architecture, everything about that game. All these other games are pretty creative, specifically Elden Ring, of course, but we already gave that game all the flowers. And Astrobot was creative as well. Like I loved all the gems and shit like that like piling up snow. It was just so much fun. The different levels and the different transformations that you have. I wouldn't be upset if it went to Astrobot. I feel like Elden Ring and all From Software games are pioneers in creative vision and innovation. However, if we're talking about innovation, this is just a DLC that iterates from the original game, so I'm gonna go Black Myth. Okay, best narrative. No, Final Fantasy VII Rebirth ruined the story of Final Fantasy VII. I'm sorry. Call me a purist. I did not play Like a Dragon. I did not play Metaphor. I didn't want to play Senua's Saga after what I heard. Definitely gonna go with Silent Hill. Silent Hill 2, the original was already an amazing narrative. And in the remake, I feel like they just added to that narrative in ways that were pretty substantial, so... it feels a little bad going for a game that just pretty much repeats a narrative that was already created. So if I had to pick like I don't know, if I had to pick a game that was new, maybe Like a Dragon, because Yakuza games have really good stories, but I didn't play it, so I'll have to go with Silent Hill 2. Best art direction. For outstanding creative and or technical achievement in artistic design and animation. What is Neva? I haven't even heard of this game. It looks cool though. I feel like the animation in Astrobot was really good. Is it a technical achievement? Also, like the art design in Black Myth Wukong was amazing too, but technical achievement wise, I feel like it's pretty behind. Like, for example, there were some texture issues in that game. So like it's not really a technical achievement, but if we're talking about or a technical achievement for outstanding creative design, artistic design, and animation, I mean, I feel like Black Myth Wukong was exactly that, you know? They had so many enemies, and the enemy designs were crazy, so let's go with Black Myth. Also Elden Ring as well, but again, I've seen many of those enemies already in the original game. Best, oh my god, this is so hard. Best music score? For outstanding music inclusive of score, original song, and or licensed soundtrack. Okay, first of all, this isn't fair, because Final Fantasy VII and Silent Hill 2, okay, Final Fantasy VII already has one of the best soundtracks of all time, ever. There's literally orchestras for Final Fantasy VII music. So that's not fair, because it's just like the songs kind of remade in ways that are great, don't get me wrong. Silent Hill 2, same thing. It has like, in terms of like music that sounds like a nightmare, this game fucking nails it. Like the music is such a core part of that game's story. And then Stellar Blade, yo, bro. The music was so good in this game. Oh my god, it's so hard. I'm having a hard time with this one. I didn't play Metaphor. Astro Bot had some bangers, but I would still choose. For me, it would be between Final Fantasy VII, Silent Hill 2, and Stellar Blade. I kind of want to give it to Stellar Blade because I don't feel like I'm going to vote for it for anything else. But I'm also going to be honest. I platinumed the game, and after my second playthrough, I was so tired of the music. But like the first time that I heard some of those soundtracks, I was like, damn, this is banger as fuck. And also it's an original soundtrack, whereas the Silent Hill 2 and Final Fantasy VII had the original composers like remix the music, so it's like kind of cheating, right? This is why like I honestly feel like games that are remade should have their own category. Cause like it's just not fair. Like this was an achievement in the year that they originally came out. But god, it's so good. Like how can I not? I feel like, alright, you know what? I'm gonna give it to Stellar Blade only because, like, it's new and, like, it had those Nier vibes, you know what I mean? But honestly, I wouldn't be mad if, like, Final Fantasy VII or Silent Hill 2 got it. Best audio design. Oh, that's so weird that Silent Hill 2 is not here. And Astro Bot is? The fuck? The freaking audio design and sound design in Silent Hill 2 is another core part of the game. That's actually... Oh, it's here. Sorry. I just got out of work, y'all. I'm tired. I'm going for Silent Hill 2. Okay, best performance. Awarded to an individual for voice over acting, motion, and or performance capture. Brianna White, no. Life is Strange, I never played that game. Star Wars Outlaws, I didn't want to. Luke Roberts, that's who played James Sunderland, right? And Melina Juergens. I mean, I really liked her in Hellblade 1, but I'm gonna have to go Silent Hill 2. Although, honestly, the best performance should be Zubaji from Black Myth Wukong. And maybe... if I'm gonna choose a Silent Hill character, I'm gonna choose Eddie or Angela because those were better performances than James Sunderland. But I'll go here. Innovation and accessibility. Recognizing software and or hardware that is pushing the medium forward by adding features, technology, and content to help games be played and enjoyed by an even wider audience. I mean, I don't know. I didn't play any of these games. Well, I played Diablo 4, but wasn't that last year? Didn't that come out last year? The fuck? Maybe because it had expansions? Shouldn't they have put that though? I feel like it's cool that 2 Ubisoft games are on here. I can't really vote, right? I mean, I can, but you know, let's give it to Prince of Persia. I heard that game was good. Games for impact, thought-provoking game with pro-social meaning or message. Closer, The Distance, Indica, Neva, Life is Strange. I didn't play any of these games, but this one looks cool. Best ongoing game. Game for outstanding development of ongoing content that evolves the player experience over time. Helldivers 2. Even honestly, wait a minute. I'm gonna be honest. You wanna know the truth? The truth is, Helldivers 2 as an ongoing game is not good. As a game, it's great. Like, the first, 4 months of Helldivers were so freaking banger. But honestly, the developers didn't hold up the game to be as good. It actually, in time, got worse. So I feel like, really, I'm voting for this game just because I want it to win something, because I loved it so much. Not because I actually think it's, evolving the player experience over time. So technically, this is, wrong, but I'm still gonna vote. I forgot to tell you guys what I predict is gonna win. I'll tell you after. Best community support, recognizing a game for outstanding community support, transparency, and responsiveness, inclusive of social media activity and game updates and patches. Yeah, I kind of just want Helldivers 2 to win stuff. Best independent game. Outstanding creative and technical achievement in a game made outside of traditional publisher system. Oh, I wanted to play Animal Well. There's Balatro again. I'm gonna go with this one. I don't really know. I don't freaking know. I didn't play any of these games. Damn, I really slacked this year, didn't I? Best debut indie game? I guess. Balatro's probably gonna sweep though. Oh, Balatro, there we go again. Well, AR VR, I don't play VR. I love Metal Hellsinger though. And Metro Awakening, that's pretty cool. They're making me vote. I can't just, oh wait, here, we could skip it. Okay, good. I didn't think we could. Alright, Beck's action game. Action genre focused primarily on combat. Ooh. Ooh, this is another hard one. The combat at Black Myth Wukong is fantastic. Helldivers 2 is fantastic. Stellar Blade is really good. Ah, and Space Marine 2 was so fun too. I kind of want to give it to Space Marine 2 just because I don't think it's gonna win anything else. And as an action game, the combat was it was all combat. Bro, this is hard. You know, I'm gonna go Helldivers. Best action adventure. Honestly though, if Black Myth Wukong, Stellar Blade, or Space Marine 2 win that category, I'll be fine. Alright, Astrobot, Prince of Persia, Silent Hill 2's an action adventure? Since when? With traversal and puzzle side? This is a horror game. They should have a horror game category, but I guess not enough horror games release each year. Alright, so for me, I really love Echoes of Wisdom and Astrobots, but I'm gonna go Astrobot for action adventure just because, that game's a blast. It's a whole ass journey. Best RPG for best game design with rich player character customization and progression, includes massively multiplayer experiences. So, Dragon's Dogma. I find it interesting that Black Myth Wukong isn't an... I guess it's more of an action adventure. That makes sense. Wait, did it get voted for action adventure? Hold on. It didn't. That is so weird. These categories don't fucking make sense. Honestly. It's an action adventure game, Black Myth Wukong. What else is it? They call it an action game. What? It's an adventure. You're literally adventuring on a journey. Anyway. A lot of people really like Metaphor. But for this one, I'm gonna go with Shadow of the Erdtree. Just cause even though it's a DLC, it felt like a whole ass game. And I thought Dragon's Dogma 2 was meh. Lacked enemy variety, the story was shit. Final Fantasy VII was a bloated mess. It felt like a Ubisoft game. The story was all over the place. I didn't play this and I didn't play this, so yeah, Elden Ring. Best fighting game. Best game design primarily around head-to-head combat. I didn't play any of these. However, Tekken 8 I heard such good things about. Same thing with Dragon Ball. I'll go with Tekken. God, there's so many games that came out. That's crazy. That I didn't play. Usually I play like all the games. Most of the games that are like voted for. But this year, I was just so busy. Alright, best family game. Appropriate for family play, irrespective of game or platform. It's gonna be Astrobot, but I kind of want to give Echoes of Wisdom some love because I really like that game. But Astrobot it was fantastic. Best sim or strategy game. I don't play sim games. I have no idea about any of these, so I'm just gonna skip. Sports, okay, I don't play. I don't do that. Multiplayer. Outstanding online multiplayer gameplay and design, including co-op and massively multiplayer experience, irrespective of game genre or platform. Helldivers. Adaptation. Ooh. Recognizing outstanding creative work that faithfully and authentically adapts a video game to another entertainment medium. Bro, Arcade just came out like 2 days ago. I've only seen like 2 episodes. Honestly, there's something about the music in that show that like bothers me, that takes away from like how cool the show could actually be. I feel like if they changed whoever creates the music, it'd be much better. But the music pisses me off, to be honest. I feel like this easily goes to Fallout for me. Knuckles was a fun show, but it's yeah. Oh my god, I watched the first episode of Yakuza and it was such garbage that I just stopped watching it like after 10 minutes. Not even. I didn't even know this came out. I wonder how good this was. Let me know. I'm curious now. I actually didn't know this happened. I'm gonna vote Fallout. That was an amazing adaptation. I had so much fun watching that. Most anticipated game. Okay. Deadass. Why is this even a question? Like, all these games I'm highly looking forward to, especially Ghost of Yotei and Metroid Prime. I'm really looking forward to Monster Hunter Wilds and Death Stranding, but come on. Come on. GTA 6. What are you even thinking about? I don't know any of these people. I feel like voting for the anime character. You know what? I'm doing it. Fuck it. I don't even know who that is. Esports. I don't play this. I don't play these. I don't know any of these people. I don't know any of these teams. Alright. So, let's see real quick. I'm gonna do a quick prediction. So for best game direction, I voted this. I feel like I predict Metaphor. No. I predict Balatro for this. I don't know why, I just do. Best narrative, I predict Silent Hill 2. Art direction, I'm really bad at this. I guess I predict Elden Ring, maybe? Music score, I predict Final Fantasy VII. For audio design, I predict Silent Hill 2. Performance, I don't really know who to predict. I guess either Brianna or who I voted for? Luke? Probably Luke. Alright, accessibility? I can't predict that one because I don't know. I don't know this either. I can't predict that. Ongoing game? For this, I predict, maybe Diablo 4? Didn't it have a really good expansion? Community support? No Man's Sky. That's what I predict. Best indie game, I predict Balatro. Indie debut, Balatro, I predict. Mobile game, I predict Balatro. I don't know. I don't know anything about this. Best action game, actually here I predict Black Myth Wukong. Action adventure, I predict Astro's Playroom. RPG, I predict Metaphor ReFantazio. Best fighting, I predict Tekken 8. Best family, I predict Astro's Playroom. And I can't predict these. Oh, best multiplayer, I predict Call of Duty. Best adaptation, I predict Fallout. Anticipated, I predict GTA 6. I don't know. Alright, so now, finally, Game of the Year. We got a game that delivers the absolute best experience across all creative and technical fields. Whew. Astrobot, Balatro, Black Myth Wukong, Elden Ring, Shadow of the Erdtree, Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, Metaphor. Okay, let's just say off the bat, I did not play Metaphor or Balatro, so those two are out for me. However, there's a chance that this makes it for me after I play it, because I'm hearing great things. Maybe I'll try a Balatro, probably not though. Let me know, like, sell me on it. So that leaves, okay, Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, I didn't enjoy if that wasn't obvious. I felt like it was a bloated mess. I felt like the story, they made it messier and more confusing than it needed to be. I felt like key moments that I expected to re-experience as an adult, really impactful, iconic moments in the game were really diluted by this weird spirit thing that changes the fate of the world, and it just, I didn't like it. It's a shame because I loved Rebirth so much. Like, not Rebirth, I love Remake, Final Fantasy VII Remake so much. Like, it was one of my favorite games that year, and I still have really fond memories of it, so I'm kind of disappointed that this was a letdown for me. Elden Ring, so yes, this is a DLC. This is the first time that DLCs voted for Game of the Year. However, The Witcher 3 Blood and Wine was voted for, I think, Best RPG in one year, so it did technically get a Game of the Year award, so it's not the first time we're seeing a DLC in the awards, but it is the first time we're seeing it in the Game of the Year category. I think I get it, because Elden Ring Shadow of the Erdtree DLC feels like a whole game. I actually spent more time playing that DLC than I did Silent Hill 2 Remake or Astro's Playroom. Like, I platinumed Astro's Playroom before, like, in less time than I beat Shadow of the Erdtree. Now, granted, I was doing everything in that game, so, but I also did everything in Astrobot, you know what I mean? And that's like a full game. So I don't really, it's hard, right? Because with DLC, like, if this was a standalone DLC, like Miles Morales was to Spider-Man 2, then I'd be like, yeah, it's like its own game. But you actually need to own Elden Ring and play Elden Ring to unlock this DLC. So it is a DLC expansion. And it's just odd that an expansion would be here when we already gave Elden Ring Game of the Year 2 years ago. And I just want to say, Elden Ring is my favorite game of all time, and I really enjoyed this DLC, although I didn't think it was as strong as the main game. I still liked it a lot, and I still love it. I have really good memories of it. It is honestly one of the best, if not the best DLC I've ever played. It's better than some main games that I played, so I kind of, like, understand. However, I feel like there needs to be a little bit more consistency in all of these categories, and perhaps they might want to consider adding a DLC category, which this would have swiped that category by a long shot. Had this been a standalone DLC, this would have been easier to pick, but the fact that it is a DLC is what's making me not choose it. I'm not mad that it's here. I get why it's here. I just also get why people wouldn't vote for it. I guess that's what I have to say. And it hurts me to say because I fucking love it. So yeah, that leaves with Astrobot and Black Myth Wukong. And I feel like this easily goes to Black Myth Wukong because, bro, Astrobot was fun, don't get me wrong. I had a lot of fun. It was very, like, it brought back a lot of, like, childhood Mario 64 memories, bringing in that level of, like, what's the word I'm looking for? It's, like, very fantastical. It's very, like, fun and colorful and playful, and there's a word and it's at the tip of my tongue. magical. It's very, maybe that's not the word. Whimsical. There you go. Whimsical. I don't think that's the word either. It's something about it being like really, really like out there, fun, making me feel like I'm on a different planet, kind of. Very innocent, very, I guess whimsical is a good word. We'll go with whimsical. Sure. It's gonna bother me now. Whatever, we're going with whimsical and magical. Yeah, it was so fun. I think the level designs were great. It was an absolute joy to like 100% everything and collect all of the bots that were PlayStation themed, but without even knowing PlayStation and loving PlayStation, I think it would have been a fun game in and of itself. It was very much so PlayStation's Mario, which is like heavy because Mario's like a poster boy for video games, period. And I don't think Astrobot is, and probably won't be. I think maybe Kratos is more of a poster boy for PlayStation than Astrobot, but still, the fact that I had as much fun, if not more fun, playing Astrobot than I did Mario 64 when I was a kid is just a testament to the magic that they put into this game. However, Black Myth Wukong was special. This is a game that was created by a team that had a creative vision, that had heart, that had passion. They love Journey to the West, you could tell. They love Chinese folklore, and they were like, damn, we need to make a game that's like this. And they added so much details to the architecture, to the enemy design, to the lore. I mean, I spent like hours on my full playthrough reading lore because I absolutely loved it. And the combat was really, really good, and there were different like sort of items that you can equip to like get an advantage against enemies. The story was great, the character was great. Like, I fucking love Zubaji. He was like the best supporting character. If there was a category for best supporting character, it would easily be Zubaji. And the like animation videos that they had at the end of each chapter, the music, it was so like meditative and ambient and relaxing, and then super epic and anime like during certain battles. There was a lot of like epic ass anime shit about this game. It was just so fun, so good. I will say though, it's not perfect. Like, technically, it's not as impressive as most of the games on this list. So, I mean, it was beautiful. Don't get me wrong, but like some of the lighting was a bit jarring. Like, it would go from like really dark to really light. And also, I feel like certain chapters were way too big to not have a map. Like chapter 3 was way too big. Chapter 6, flying on the Nimbus, was super fun. Okay, it's called like Cloud Somersault or something. Whatever, it's a Nimbus. I don't care. And like flying on that was super fun, but like being able to navigate where to go, and I wanted to fight all the bosses. I don't know about you, and having to go like use a guide to figure out where they all were and not have a map to know where I've been really made exploring kind of like annoying. For certain chapters, and by the time I was done with the game, like I really wanted to be done with the game because I had played it for so long. I literally just beat this game yesterday? Was it yesterday? Yeah, it was yesterday. Sunday, November 17th, and I've been playing it since it released in August. Granted, I was playing a lot of other games in between, such as Astrobot and Silent Hill 2 and Echoes of Wisdom and all this stuff, and I beat most of those games. And I was also working and being a fucking adult. But Black Myth Wukong was way too big, way too long. And I know that's not a problem for most people because some of y'all got a lot of time on your hands, and so for someone like you, it's great because there's a lot of content, but I do feel like a lot of it could have been cut out and it still would have been just as good, if not better. So it's not a perfect game. I don't think it's a masterpiece, but I do think this game has a lot of heart that a lot of games have been lacking, because a lot of games just feel like cash grabs, like trend what do you call it, a trend chaser? That's what I'm getting at. Trend chasing, money hungry practices, lots of microtransactions. This was just a game. Like, the game just straight up released and you played it and you beat it and that's it. There's no extra shit, at least not that we know of yet. There's no like microtransactions. It's just a fucking game, and it's nice. It's a breath of fresh air to have a game like that. So I'm gonna vote for Black Myth Wukong. That's my game of the year. As far as the game of the year Game Awards goes, is this my personal game of the year? I can't tell you yet because I need to play more games. I need to finish games that I'm still playing, and then I'm gonna make my own list in December. So if you really care about what my actual game of the year is, which I get if you don't, because now who the fuck am I? But if you do, you can come back in December and you'll find out, and hopefully I'll have a more sort of bigger view of what these votes are, of what my choices differentiated from my votes today. Because like I said, I do want to play Metaphor, and there's probably some of these games I won't get to until next year. So I also, at the beginning of the year, do a most anticipated game, right? And then I react to my most anticipated game of the previous year. So then I give my thoughts on like, wow, I was fucking wrong. Because I'm gonna tell you right now, Final Fantasy VII Rebirth was my most anticipated game of 2020-24, and that's probably at the lowest of my top 10 list. If it even makes it, I don't know, we'll see. So yeah, anyway, that was fun. Let me know what you think. What's your game of the year from this list? Or are there any games that you feel like were snubbed? Was it Concord? I get it. But I don't know. I feel like maybe Silent Hill 2 maybe deserved a spot more so than perhaps Final Fantasy or Balatro. I'm saying that. I don't know shit about Balatro really. I didn't play it, so I'm saying that not having played it. Helldivers 2 for when it was good, like those first like 4 months. Yeah. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed that. Let me know what you think. I want to know all your votes. I want to know all your thoughts. How do you feel about DLC being in Game of the Year? You think it shouldn't happen? You think it should? Honestly, I don't give a fuck. It's not that serious. Whatever. Plus, it's I get it. If this was like the DLC for this was the DLC for I don't know, Alan Wake, where it's like, I don't know, 3 hours, then I'd be like, yeah, nah, fuck that. Why is this even in Game of the Year? But this was the length of a game, and it had the quality of a full game, so I ain't mad, honestly. But yeah, anyway, I still loved it. It was great. I'm gonna shut up now. Thank you so much for watching. Bye!